Hello everyone. In continuation of our series of lectures where we are analyzing the text of the drama Macbeth, we have analyzed the two scenes of this drama of Act First, and now we come to scene third. Just a quick remind of what we have seen till now, that Macbeth and Banquo, while coming victoriously from the battle against MacDonald, they met three witches, and these witches made few predictions about their future. On the other hand, when King Duncan got the news of this victory, he was overjoyed, and he commanded his messengers to give the news to Macbeth that he has been conferred with the title of Thane of Cawdor. So this is the major action which took place in these two scenes. Now we start the textual analysis of scene third of Act First. Now I am sharing the text of scene third. Yes, so this is the starting of scene third. The scene is a heat, thunder, enter the three witches. First witch, where hast thou been, sister? So first witch asks to the another witch that where she has been till now. Second witch, killing swine, and the second witch replies that she was killing the pigs. Third witch, sister, where thou? And third witch also asks the question, where you were, sister? Here you can see the word thou. It is an old English word which means you. Now the first witch replies, a sailor's wife had chestnut in her lap, and munched and munched and munched. Give me, quoth I. The first witch says that she met a wife of a sailor, and she was chewing chestnut. And when I asked to give the chestnut to me, around thee, witch, the rump, Ronian cries. So the wife replied that the fat ugly woman cried, get away, witch. Her husband to Aleppo gone, master of the tiger. And the wife also says that her husband is on the port Aleppo. Aleppo is the name of a port. It is in the eastern side of Syria, and he is the captain of the ship named as Tiger. But in a sieve I'll thither sail, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do, and I'll do. When the wife didn't gave the chestnut to the witch. Then the witch said that, but in a sieve I'll thither sail, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do, and I'll do. The witch says that, I shall sail thither in a sieve, like a rat without a tail. I shall do mischief to his ship. I shall make holes in its bottom. So the witch says that she will turn herself into a rat and she will make hole in the shape of the husband of that woman. Second witch, I'll give thee a wind. Now the second witch says that, to help you, I'll give you a favorable wind. Thee here means you. First witch, thou art kind. Then the first witch replies that, you are very kind. Third witch, and I another. And now the third witch also says that, I'll also give another favorable wind to reach there quickly. First witch, I myself have all the other. Then the first witch says that, she also have all other winds which help her to reach there quickly. And the very ports they blow, all the quarters that they know. I, the shipman's card, I will drain him dry as hay. Now the first witch says that, I have command over all other winds, and over the ports they blow. I have command over all the directions of the winds which are laid down on the chart of the shipman. I will drain him dry as hay. Sleep shall neither night nor day hang upon his penthouse lid. He shall live a man forbid. So the witch says that, I will suck all the blood of the captain and make him weak, and he shall not be able to sleep during day and night. He will live like a cursed man. Very 7 nights, 9 times 9, shall he dwindle, peak and pine, though his bark cannot be lost, yet it shall be tempest tossed. She further says that the captain will live like a cursed man. Continuously for 81 weeks, he will grow weak and pale. Here you can see the line 7 nights, 9 times 9, and the calculation of this line is 81 weeks. Shall he dwindle, peak and pine, though his bark cannot be lost, though his boat cannot be lost. Bark here means the boat. Yet it shall be tempest tossed, and the boat will toss about in fierce storms. Look what I have. Now the first witch is showing something. Second witch, show me, show me. First witch, here I have a pilot's thumb, wrecked as homeward he did come. Now the first witch says that she got a pilot thumb, and his ship was drowned when he was returning homeward. And meanwhile, they heard a drum beating. Third witch. A drum, Macbeth doth come. Now the third witch says that this sound confirms that Macbeth is coming. All, the weird sister, hand in hand, posters of the sea and land, thus do go about, thrice to thine, thrice to mine, and thrice again to make up 9. Peace the charms wound up. Now they say that I hear the sound of a drum. Macbeth is coming. We are witches. We can pass swiftly over land and sea. Let us dance about in circles, hand in hand. We dance about 9 times, giving 3 cheers to each. Now magic is ready. So in this way it is their magic performance. Enter Macbeth and Banquo. Macbeth. So foul and fair a day I have not seen. This line from Macbeth reminds us the words of witches in the first scene, where the witches says foul is fair and fair is foul. Here also Macbeth says, so foul and fair a day I have not seen, means that such a good and bad day I have never seen. So how the day is good as well as bad also. Good in the sense that they have won the battle, and bad because of the thunderous weather which they can feel. Banquo. How far it's called to forest? Now Banquo is asking that how far is the place forest from here? What are these so withered and so wild in their attire? So when Banquo sees the 3 witches, he is amazed and he asks, what are these so withered and so wild in their attire? What creatures are these? They are very much dry and pale, and they are so wildly dressed that they do not look normal, that look not like the inhabitants of the earth and yet are on it. He asks that they do not look to be inhabitants of this earth, though they are standing on earth. Inhabitants means resident. Leave you, or you ought that man many questions. Now Banquo is asking the question to the witches. Leave you. Are you living creatures? Or you ought that man many question. Are you such creatures whom we may ask questions. You seem to understand me. By each at once, her choppy finger laying upon her skinny lips. So it seems to me that you can understand my words, but because I can see your movement, that each one of you is putting the thin fingers upon your fleshless lips. You should be woman, and yet your beards forbid me to interpret that you are so. It appears to me that you are women, but as you have beards, I cannot take you to be women. So here Banco is a little bit confused about the appearance of the witches. That they look like witches. They look like women, yet they have beards. Macbeth, speak if you can. What are you? Now Macbeth asks the question to the witches. Okay, that who are you? First witch, all hail Macbeth, hail to the Thane of Glamis. Now the first witch says that all hail Macbeth means welcome Macbeth, hail to the Thane of Glamis, that you are Thane of Glamis. Second witch, all hail Macbeth, hail to the Thane of Cawdor. And now the second witch greet Macbeth with the title Thane of Cawdor. Third witch, all hail Macbeth, that shall be king hereafter. Now the third witch greets Macbeth with the prediction that you shall be king hereafter. So these are the three predictions made by these witches about Macbeth, that he is presently Thane of Glamis, but soon he would be Thane of Cawdor, and in future he would be the king of Scotland. Banco, good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? Now Banco says to Macbeth that why are you so startled or amazed, and you look very fear. But you should not look fear, because things that do sound so fair, because these words or these predictions are very nice or very good for your future. I, the name of truth, are you fantastical, or that indeed which outwardly ye show? Now Macbeth asks to the witches that in the name of truth, tell me whether you are merely shadowy, or you are what you appear outwardly. So now Banco is trying to confirm that whether these witches are real or these are merely imaginary. My noble partner, you greet with present grace and great prediction of noble having and of royal hope. And Banco says to the witches that you greeted my partner with present title and with the prediction about his future, and you also predicted that he would be the king of Scotland, that he seems wrapped withal, and now it seems to me that he has lost his senses. To me you speak not, if you can look into the seeds of time. And now Banquo asked the witches that they also should make some prediction about his future. If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not. Now Banquo asked to the witches that if you can look into future and say what will happen and what not, then speak about me. Spoke then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favors nor your hate. So Banquo says that if you can look into future, then please tell me something about my future also. And I neither beg you your favors nor fear or hate you. First witch, hell. Second witch, hell. Third witch, hell. First witch, lesser than Macbeth and greater. Now the first witch predicts about Macbeth that you will not be so great as Macbeth, yet you will be greater than him. Second witch, not so happy, yet much happier. The second witch says that you will not be so happy as Macbeth, yet you will be more happy than him. Third witch, thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo. And the third witch says that Banquo will be father of kings, though he will not be able to become a king himself. And in this way, they all welcome Macbeth and Banquo. First witch, Banquo and Macbeth, all hail. Macbeth, stay, you imperfect speakers, tell me more. Now Macbeth asks to the witches that stay you imperfect speakers. He asked the witches to wait a minute because they haven't made clear predictions and Macbeth have some doubts in his mind. By SCENE-IIl's death, I know I am Thane of Glamis. Now Macbeth says that as my father SCENE-IIl has died, I am Thane of Glamis. So Macbeth says that I know that I am Thane of Glamis because it is the title conferred to my father, and now my father is dead. But how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives. But Macbeth asked that the Thane of Cawdor is living, and it is not possible that he would be conferred the title of Thane of Cawdor. A prosperous gentleman, and to be king stands not within the prospect of belief. The Thane of Cawdor is living and is a prosperous gentleman. And your prophecy that I shall be the king is as incredible as to be the Thane of Cawdor. Not more than to be Cawdor, say from whence you owe this strange intelligence. And now Macbeth asks to the witches that to tell him from where these witches have got this information, or why upon this blasted heath you stop our way with such prophetic greeting. And he also asks to the witches that why These witches block their way on this withered place and greet them with such prophecies. Speak, I charge you. Now Macbeth says that I order you to answer me. Witches vanish. But the witches disappeared from the place. So, till now we have seen that the witches have made few prophecies about Macbeth and Banquo. But Macbeth is not able to trust these predictions and he wants to know more about the words what the witches have spoken to them. So now we are in the middle of this scene, and because it's quite a long scene, so here I am stopping my lecture for today. So remaining part we'll see in our next lecture. Thank you.